just wanted to maybe structure the session around a repeated need I've seen through our sessions, about your, like, a big, like, need you're trying to meet, which, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but about your desire, maybe, like, not disgust, but your aversion to working that you have, that you don't want to work, and that you don't really think that anything you do when it comes to work will be like a place for you, because it's just work is something you just have no desire to do, but you have to do it. And so I was thinking, maybe trying to explore that behavior a little bit, and maybe some of the changes within those feelings and thoughts, in that environment. Um, so I guess in your words, what are the um, some like triggers for you, like that, I guess, shape how you think about work and having to go to work?
Well, just like, I don't know, the stress
Hmm.
and the anxiety of it,
Yeah.
and the having to talk to people.
Hmm. For sure.
But
Yeah. Yeah. So it's kind of more of some social anxiety, it looks like, and stress,
hmm
um, when it comes to working. Okay. And I guess to understand those feelings and thoughts around going to work,
yeah,
being at work, what are some things that you think or do, or like your emotions, your feelings, like in your mind or body, like what does that look like for you? Like what are the cravings?
um, in my body, I guess I just crave a nap.
Mm-hmm.
In my mind, I crave that I want to go home.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So like kind of anywhere but here. And so I guess when you say you need a nap, so it feels more like fatigue,
Yeah.
or okay. Okay. Yeah. Um, and so like your response to that, what does that look like for you when you've got up, you got ready, you get to work, and you're starting to feel anxious and stressed out, and you know that fatigue is setting in? What does your response to that look like? Like how does that shift your day?
I just get grumpy.
Mhm. Okay. So once you're there, you're grumpy. And how would you say, like, from a coworker's perspective, how would they see you? Would they also see you like you see yourself as grumpy?
Oh no, they probably see me as very pleasant.
Yeah. Okay. So you think it's more of like inward that you're feeling those feelings, and then outward you're just
Yeah.
kind of putting on that mask.
Yeah.
Everything's fine, I'm fine. Yeah, that does sound exhausting, honestly, that cycle.
hmm
Like getting there, doing the thing, but then you're just even, once you're there, you just start feeling that anxiety, you're stressed out, and just from having to do that thing, but then you're also there and you're trying to cover up what is actually going on inside, and that's probably adding to the fatigue, to that tired feeling you get. And of course, if you're having those feelings like stress and anxiety, I'm sure you're want to get out. It's, not a place that I think our bodies, our minds like to be in, and um and so your reward or consequence, I guess, um what do you think the outcomes are because of kind of that repeated cycle of kind of dread and stress in your work?
Hating my job, and hating my life.
Okay.
So not good rewards.
Yeah. So it's just like the outcome. It's kind of like you're just kind of breeding probably just like stressing out a lot and kind of anxious a lot and tired often because of the cycle of just dread and having to do it anyway, and then having to pretend like it's okay, and then just kind of, you think it makes the situation a little more miserable for yourself, that cycle?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say the same. Like, it does sound like it's not a situation I want to be in. Especially when it's something I know I have to do. I know, like, your partner is like you're helping support her through school, and so you're kind of that breadwinner right now for you and your wife, and that probably, I think, well, for me, that would add stress. So that sounds like, something you can't escape. And so I think I would really like to maybe help you understand, or help you come to a place where you kind of are able to tolerate those emotions and those feelings and those, like, senses that you have of, um when you're at work and when you're thinking about work and after work, maybe to break that cycle a little bit and just kind of maybe come to terms. And so I'm wondering if there is anything that would motivate you when you are getting those cues, or cues and cravings. So those, that environment of work, that stress thinking about work, that anxiety being at work, and then those cravings of fatigue, those feelings that you start getting in your body, like fatigue and being grumpy. Is there something that would disrupt that, something that you think you could replace, like, even within your thought process?
Um, Not that I can think of, but I am open to suggestions.
Okay. Okay. That's okay. What When do you feel the anxiety start to come up and that stress before work?
When I wake up.
So is it like alarm goes off and, like, then you wake up and you're like, okay, crap.
Yeah.
Like, okay. What do you think could there be a swap that we could make when you hear your alarm go off? Is there something that you could, instead of thinking like, crap, I have to go to work, and then you start thinking and all these things that you have to do that day, and all these feelings that you're going to have, like, oh, I know I'm going to be tired, I know I'm going to be grumpy. Is there something you can do when that alarm goes off to think about, or even look forward to, or maybe like put a positive spin on that concept of work?
Um, if you have any suggestions, I'm open.
Okay. I don't know. Is there, I wonder if you interact better with your senses, like if it's like an external, like an input, or if you work better if something that comes directly from your mind. So if you like something more like music, or like a podcast, or something that you can turn on to maybe put you in a more like uplifted state of mind, or if there's something more internal, like, like meditation, or um like affirmations that you can tell yourself and just kind of maybe make it a habit and like try it out for a little bit. I don't know.
I I liked
It-
the idea of maybe listening to something in the morning.
Okay. Yeah.
That
Is
was a
there
good idea.
something you prefer listening to?
I've been listening to audiobooks lately.
Okay. And do you think that something like that would be able to switch your mindset a little bit going into the days if you know, like just kind of existing with those thoughts, but maybe having a distraction that kind of feeds more positivity in maybe while you're kind of sitting with those.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, because those things, I don't think, that anxiety or that stress is ever going to necessarily go away. But I think it's something, you know, every human deals with it. It's not like something exclusive to only Sarah, And so I think just being able to sit with it, live in it, accept it, be like, okay, I just not let it control me for this moment. Like these are the things this is how I'm gonna start off my day. Like this is, maybe put in that effort to kind of shift, where you're focusing and, especially if they are uplifting, whatever you think is good, like good brain food for you, like that will help you think maybe a little more optimistically or a little more like just put you in a better state of mind instead of, ruminating in those thoughts. You can be like, oh, actually, like, you know, having those things like to start off your day. Like, I think maybe trying that and seeing how that goes for a little bit, see if that changes anything, could kind of disrupt that ritual you have in that
Okay.
cycle. And maybe disrupting it will have some benefits. How do you feel about that?
Okay, I'm open to try it.
You open to trying? Okay. Yeah. So I think that is a good point for motivation to see. Like, I think you've been looking for something to change, something to fix it. But I think disrupting that system can really benefit if you're willing to try, and you are. So I'm excited to see how that works. And if that doesn't, then we can try something different. We can explore more of that process, that chain, and see what we can do to break it. All right.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, jeez. But I don't know what we're doing for this one. I don't know what we're doing for this one, though. Oh, you mean you're starting another call? I see. Oh.